going to talk about YouTube videos that I've seen during the week that I would recommend. Then I'll put links in the comments below so you can just go to the link and go to any one of these so you don't have to write these down. I keep doing this guy, but he keeps coming up with stuff worth the effort. Sean did a really good video about visiting the hardwood store, and his intent was to try to teach you what it's all about so you wouldn't be intimidated. But I don't know, I almost got a little bit of feeling that if you were a beginner and you watched his video, you would be more intimidated. But anyway, he has a lot of really good education stuff about that whole process of going to a hardwood store. And actually, the second one is from the same guy, Worth the Effort. And he's got part 2, or class number 2 of his beginning series. And he does a good overview of a beginner's guide to the bandsaw. And so you'll learn a lot from that. Mostly I'm picking videos that are designed for beginners or novices or DIY, not for you experts. Next one I'm going to recommend, and hopefully you recognize this fella. His name is William Ng. He's not really that short, but he's trying to show a childhood picture. The guy breaks me up. He's got the driest sense of humor. William Ng's got a video up that's all about hand planes. Now, I enjoyed it, but I did see a handful of people giving him a thumbs down. So maybe those are the experts who were expecting something other than his introductory level on hand planes. And so maybe they were disappointed. The next one I'm going to recommend is Rob Kosman again. And this time he released a video this week about how to sharpen all of the really hard to sharpen tools. I mean, router planes and things of that nature. Sharpening something like this is a little bit different, and so you have to know the technique for that as well. So Rob Kosman's got a great one out there. And then the one, not particularly going to teach you, but going to entertain you, is Ishitani Furniture released a new one on building a bench. Just to watch him work in his workshop is just so entertaining, so relaxing, so educational, so inspiring, that if you haven't discovered the Ishitani Furniture video series, I recommend you do that. Alright, so those are my videos that I'd recommend. The second topic that I wanted to talk about is kind of in the tool category. I've got a tool on order, and I'm pretty excited about it. But when you're in a one-car garage workshop and you get a tool on order, you have to usually start reconfiguring and figuring out what's going to bite the dust in order to make room for it. I've got this puppy showing up next Tuesday, and I'm excited about that. And so that, unfortunately, replaces a benchtop jointer that I wasn't very happy with, one called Q-Tech, which I think sold out at the beginning of the year to another company. But anyway, this is the Powermatic floor model, 73 inches long, I think, and that's the main difference versus the little benchtops. 8-inch wide and helical heads, and so that's going to be a major step up for me as far as getting boards ready. I'll do a lot less work now with my number 7 bench plane. Now, as a result of getting that, then something's got to bite the dust. But I'm going to get rid of my miter saw. That's going to be the tool I'm going to sacrifice, because my jointer is going to go all along this wall here, and it's going to go almost over to where this temporary router table is. And so something had to go. And I had a miter saw here, and then I had this thickness planer over here, and I had another tool over here. And so I said, you know what? There's no reason why that thickness planer can't go on top of that Bora Portamate. I'll get rid of the miter saw. The only purpose of the miter saw, unless you're somebody doing coping and lots of structural stuff, and you're always cutting 2x4s, and you need to cut them quickly and stuff of that nature. But in my shop, I don't use the miter saw all that often. I tend to favor doing cross cuts on my table saw. I'm more comfortable with it being perfectly 90 degrees as opposed to that play that I get in my miter saw. But so I've installed my thickness planer on top of this, and then I can adjust these side wings to be at the same level, and I can even make them slope down and into the thickness planer a little bit, because that's a good idea to get it underneath those rollers before you get any snipe. And so that's going to be my new thickness planer station, and I can roll it out in the driveway, and I can do other things. So obviously fold down the wings, and I have them down most of the time, but I can also fold my thickness planer underneath, pull those wings up, and I got a 7-foot long workstation that I can put in the driveway. So that's pretty cool as well. That's some changes I'm making, getting the brand new jointer, and getting rid of the miter saw, and making some major changes.